Namaste. Hello, beautiful divine souls. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this video. To anyone who's new, welcome to this channel. So before I say anything else, I'm going to take a moment, and you're invited to, and let's remind ourselves, invoke the presence of, the blessing of Hari Guru. Hari meaning the supreme, Guru, that being or the beings to whom you look to for guidance. Welcome one and all. Welcome back to my return viewers, and a special welcome to anyone who's new. So first and foremost, I am not a guru. So please don't take anything I say, don't accept it blindly. Do your research, meditate, contemplate, and find out for yourself what the truth is. So I was just meditating, and I was just thinking, what a false image of Ramana Maharshi I used to have, of a guy who just sat around and did nothing and told everyone to inquire, when nothing could be further from the truth. We have a little lawnmower in the background. Hope it's not too bad. I'm going to move to another room. One moment. So that used to be this image I had of like Ramana sitting, doing nothing, being in silence. Every person who came to him, asked him a question, Ramana would say, "Who is it that wants to know?" Just beam Shaktipat. And really, it's such nonsense. I had such a false image in my mind. And this is very important for me to see through, but also for all of us to see through. Hi to my live viewer. Because it paints a false picture of Advaita Vedanta and non-duality. So the truth about Ramana Maharshi is he was quite active. He himself said that were it not for the large crowds, he would have just spent his whole life walking around Arunachala. But the large crowds, he didn't feel were, because a lot of people would follow him. And so he didn't want to disturb the setting, the tranquil setting of Arunachala. So right there and then we see we can see we can wipe away a major illusion and delusion. While Ramana Maharshi was a Yanai, a knower of the self, he was a bhakta, a devotee, a lover of God. He loved Arunachala. He said there wasn't a single inch of that mountain, and I've been there. It's a big mountain. He said there wasn't a single inch of that mountain he had not explored. And he would have spent his whole life just wandering, exploring, loving this sacred mountain. But out of respect, out of love for the mountain, he stopped going, or he would just go occasionally, because he didn't feel that I don't know his exact reasoning, but he felt that the crowds, it wasn't appropriate, because large groups of people would follow him all around. But in the satsang hall, he had a window. There was a window cut that faced Arunachala, and many days he would just, not many days, but he would spend much time looking out that window in love towards the mountain. He didn't tell everyone to just inquire. He would have philosophical debates. Some people he would talk to them about their lives. Some people he would recommend mantras. He was a traditional Hindu. The Neo-Advaita teaching that's sadly become so prominent has completely stripped away all vestiges of Hinduism. But Ramana talked about karma, reincarnation, the need for a guru. Ramana often quoted scriptures Here's another one. Ramana was constantly studying and quoting and translating various scriptures. He loved Hinduism. He was, Hinduism is an ongoing dialogue, and he was a part of it. He was participating in it. He was furthering it. So I say this because so much of this is so important, because according to Ramana Maharshi, most people are not cut out for self-inquiry. It takes a very refined mind. And I've talked about this many times, the prerequisites for self-inquiry that Ramana spoke about. Hey, William. And of course, that Adi Shankara, the founder of Advaita Vedanta, before practicing self-inquiry, there's rigorous preparation needed. Ramana taught this. Most Neo-Advaita teachers don't. And that's why people don't really make progress. As I've talked many times, self-inquiry before you're ready is actually dangerous. Whereas the path of bhakti prepares one for the path of self-inquiry. But sadly, many Neo-Advaita teachers debunk bhakti, the practice of devotion of loving God. But in doing that, they are they are stepping completely outside the Hindu tradition. They're debunking the teachings of Ramana Maharshi. Ramana, in the only book he ever wrote, the first teaching he gave was on karma. The second teaching he gave was on karma yoga. The third teaching he gave was on bhakti. It's a sequential process. Hinduism is a system of awakening. And by debunking bhakti, really what they're doing is they've turned their backs on who Ramana Maharshi really was, a lover. Ramana wrote love poems to the mountain Arunachala as if Ramana was the wife pining away for his beloved husband. So Ramana, a Yanai, and someone who, from the Hindu perspective, had completed their journey, engaged in bhakti. Neo-Advaita people will say, oh, bhakti is not necessary, or bhakti this, bhakti that. They don't know anything about bhakti or Hinduism, or ultimately they don't know Ramana Maharshi. If you debunk bhakti, you are debunking Ramana Maharshi. He was a bhakta through and through. He was a lover. He loved God. He wrote love poems. He was love drunk on God. He would just stare at his mountain. He wrote love poems to God. He wasn't an ecstatic, someone like Ramakrishna who would dance and play. He was more of a quiet bhakta, but he was a lover through and through. So all this is so important because bhakti is such a powerful preparatory practice and an essential part of the path. So I invite people to explore bhakti, to explore singing to God, kirtan. And if I'm able to, I will pull up some of Ramana's love poems to Arunachala. And I'm going to sing a little bit to Arunachala myself, because I've been there and it's a very special place. Do. Actually, I'll start there. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Chala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Here's one of Ramana's love poems. O Arunachala, entering my house and luring me to thine house. Why did thou keep me prisoner in thy heart's cavern, O Arunachala? Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Here's another verse. Was it for thy pleasure or for my sake thou didst win me? If now thou turn me away, the world will blame thee. Oh, Arunachala. Here Ramana is being playful and being like, oh, my beloved Arunachala, you won me over. But now, you've captivated me. I'm yours. But if you turn away from me, oh, you'll receive the criticism of society. Here's another beautiful one. Kinder indeed art thou than one's own mother. Such is thy love, O Arunachala. Here's another one. Change not thy nature and flee, but hold fast in my mind, O Arunachala. I'm just going to keep reading. Display thy beauty for the fickle mind to see thee forever and to rest in peace, O Arunachala. The strumpet mind, the wandering mind, will cease to walk the streets if only she find thee. Disclose thy beauty then and hold her bound, O Arunachala. After abducting me, and now thou did not embrace me, where is thy chivalry, O Arunachala? It's like Arunachala captured the soul. And now, having captivated the soul, if Arunachala doesn't embrace, it's like Arunachala seduced Ramana. And now, if doesn't deliver the goods, how cruel would that be of Arunachala? As universal mother, it is thy duty to dispense thy grace and save me, O Arunachala. It's kind of like Ramana being like, it's your job to save me, to dispense your grace upon me. As a lodestone, that's a stone that has magnetic charge. As a lodestone attracts iron, magnetizing and holding it fast, so do thou to me, O Arunachala. O unmoving hill, melting into a sea of grace, have mercy on me, I pray, O Arunachala. This one's funny. Save me from the cruel snares of fascinating women and honor me with union with thyself, O Arunachala. Though I beg, thou art callous. So this is the love play. Love is play. True love is a play. And the love between soul and God is a play. And here, listen to Ramana play with Arunachala. Though I beg, thou art calloused, and thou dost not condescend. I pray thee, say to me, fear not, oh Arunachala. So here's Ramanas being like, I'm begging to you for your love and your mercy and your connection, and to feel you and to join with you, but you are callous. I keep praying, oh, say to me, reassure me, my dear, my beloved Arunachala. Sweet fruit within my hands, let me be mad with ecstasy, drunk with the bliss of thy essence, O Arunachala. So this is called the Marital Garland of Letters, and I'll put that title down below. So this is what I'm talking about when I say that Neo-Advaita is just like missing the mark. It's just such a pale shadow. So thank you so much for taking the time. Oh, hi to my live viewer. I was just finishing up. So thank you to everyone for taking the time. I hope you got a little drunk on Arunachala. Arunachala is quite a wonderful lover. And please do reflect on the difference between both the character of Ramana Maharshi and the character of Neo-Advaita teachers. Most Neo-Advaita teachers just get up and give a talk. It's usually very dry and very intellectual and very philosophical. There are exceptions. But also the teaching of Ramana Maharshi, which was holistic. Ramana taught karma yoga, bhakti yoga, mantra to those who were properly prepared, self-inquiry. To those not properly prepared, he would guide them. And he wrote love poems about getting drunk on God. So I wish you well on your path. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Arunachala Shiva Ki Jai. Om Namah Shivaya. And to anyone who's new to this channel, so a big part of this channel is about my process of recovering from the not only untrue and fake, but the dangerous teachings of Neo-Advaita. So if you're new and you've just had your life wrecked by that false delusional teaching, I welcome you. There is hope. It is possible to recover from that very, very harmful teaching. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste. Om Namah Shivaya. Om